India better straighten up, and they better straighten up fast, because if you don't get your own country under control, the U.S. is going to come out there and show you how it's done again. I mean, what's the deal? If your government can't even protect you from outsiders, then it just might be time to reevaluate the choices that you've made, which put you in the predicament that you are in right now.
At least 10 people arrested so far.
What?
There's arrest.
Oh, that's us?
At least 10 people arrested so
That's us? Cut the tape. Cut. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's good to see you today on the Speansee Show. Please like, subscribe, and click that notification. What is going on? What is going on? Okay. I am going to give you my thoughts. We all knew this was going to happen. We all knew this was going to happen. This is no secret, big secret. Like, oh no, they're out there and they're just going to pretty soon rage against the machine. Of course, they knew it was going to happen. Everybody knew it was going to happen, and Democrats are loving it. The Democrats are loving it. I mean, they built the city. This is how they did it. I mean, they were coming in to build the wall, and I think that they just dropped the Mexicans were going to be charged with labor. You know, we were going to get free labor for them to help build the wall that was going to keep them out. They dropped the hammer and nails and said, "Dude, I'm going to L.A." Oh my gosh, what a mess. Isn't it hypocritical? It sort of is, yeah. You got to admit. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go over just, everybody's been asking me about it, and what are your thoughts on it? I'm blowing up on Twitter again, and everybody's, going crazy on Twitter. That is the place where you're getting like the moment by moment news, or X, whatever you call it. Let's go over a few things. Okay, first of all, I'm going to go over this. They have agitators there. We're finding out that they have agitators. The protests that are taking place in Los Angeles, they're saying they're not organic. They're part of a decade-old plan by the Muslim Brotherhood and other terrorist organizations to destroy America and the West. Well, okay, that sounds sounds about right. Can't confirm it's 100% right. It's an opinion that somebody has. Do you think that this was planned ahead of time, and they knew what was going to happen? I mean, this is a sanctuary city. This is a Democrat-run city. This is what the Democrats voted for. They voted for sanctuary cities, and this is what they got. So maybe the federal government should lay off and say, okay, then you're going to pay your own bill. Because we got all these red states out here working our tails off to try to get America going straight again. And now we're going to have to throw in billions and trillions of dollars to Los Angeles again, to bail them out again. We're just touching on the subject right now, but we're going to get really deep into not deep, but we're going to go into these notes that I have taken, and kind of my reaction to the feeds that I've been seeing overnight. And here we are right here. It says, as of now, the LAPD came out and said, as of now, we have made 10 arrests in the city of Los Angeles. What? Okay. And this is like at nighttime. He's talking about they made 10 arrests. Well, you saw what happened all day yesterday. They only made 10 arrests.
Now, 10
arrests. My reaction to that was, as of now, 10 arrests. Really? Bro, you guys should call Modi. I mean, his guys would have had this cleaned up in an hour. In India, did you guys see what India did? Hey, America, pay attention, because India just literally in and out of a war within 3 hours. Well, it was said an 80-hour time lapse, but this was a country-to-country conflict where got 1.4 billion on one side, and what in Pakistan? What do you got? About 300 million, something like that. On another side, throwing missiles and bombs and planes at each other, and they managed to stop that in like 88 hours. Take notes, America. Take notes at what's going on across seas, because they're doing something right, and you guys are screwing up, doing something totally wrong, and we got to get this fixed. Anyway, my reaction was to call Modi. He'll fix it. And then India would be over here, man. They would have that stuff taken out, and shoot, if they can solve a war in 3 hours, I think they could handle this in half an hour. They come over for lunch, come out for 30 minutes, and head back to India. Say, you're welcome, America. Now keep going on with Pakistan. Keep letting those guys in. I'm not getting it. But anyway, now Putin came out to say 90% of the world's terrorist attacks are orchestrated by the CIA. Doesn't this seem like an orchestration? A little bit. And I happen to agree with Putin on a lot of things. And this is one of them that I do agree with him on. We'll go over that in a little bit more detail later. We did see things getting a little bit messy with really some serious mortars going off towards the people. And I started asking, these people might want to calm down and fall back, because protesting has its limits. And once these protesters get way out of hand, it's going to get really ugly. And we don't want to see anybody get hurt. We just want to see people get arrested and not hurt, though, right? But no, we don't want to see any more violence taking place. Now we go down to a picture that somebody's taking out in the middle of the road. There were a couple of these, actually, where people were finding bricks in blocks in water bottles, stacks of water. It's like, okay, wait a minute here. We've seen this before. Ladies and gentlemen, when you start seeing bricks and water bottles in one place, something's about to go down, especially if there's no construction going on or anything like that. But I said in my feed, well, this is usually a sign that Soros is nearby. And we wonder why India kicks Soros out of their country. This is exactly why India kicked Soros out. I said, get out, man. We don't want you fomenting these things in our country. Now we go down to this clip where anti-rioters in LA started a dumpster fire and pushed it into the street. Some in the crowd are adding stuff to keep the fire going. So they loaded up a dumpster and threw it in the middle of the street. And then this is going on all over town. I don't know if they're loading up dumpsters or whatever, but they're setting fires left and right on cars and what have you. And I said, my reaction to that was, nothing says keep me in your country like setting fires in the middle of your streets. This should make Trump want to reach out and give them a big family hug. Yes, guys. Oh, yes, we want you here. Please come, stay forever. We love fires being set off in the middle of our streets. Well, that's what it's looking like. Anyway, handing out masks. And I found this to be interesting, too. Another kind of like a Soros move, like a Democrat move. They're handing out cases of N95 masks to the protesters. And my reaction was, hey, handing out masks for the protests? Really? At this point, it's not a safety issue. It's an identity issue. Everybody cover your faces. It's about to get ugly. And you're about to go and do crazy things. The things that these Muslims wear over their face, I don't think Mexicans wear them. So what's going on here? What's really going on? That's a good question. It's getting ridiculous. Okay. Now they got over here and it's just showing them going crazy again. It says, why are you waving? Somebody said, why are you waving flags of countries you don't want to be sent back to? Mexico. Didn't you leave Mexico for a reason? And you can't get along with America either? Dude, why don't you try Guatemala or something? I don't know. Everywhere they go, they think it sucks. Well, I said at this point, they can deport 80% of LA, including the mayor, because she's part of the problem. Isn't that sad? You get a Democratic mayor and something like this, and they're like, yeah, protest, set us on fire. And remember, the Republicans, okay, I'm going to keep going here. My reactions, ladies and gentlemen, and let me know your reactions too down below, because we do read our comments. We do enjoy everybody else's input on what's going on. Is America being hypocritical here? No. If you say they are, you're racist. No, just kidding. Let me know your comments down below. We do read them, and we are thankful for them, and we're grateful for you guys watching us over here at the Speak-and-See show. So please like and subscribe. And then we got over here, we had this one Muslim guy. He was crying out to Allah Akbar at the National Guard in Los Angeles. And I had to say, so sad the Muslims are mad that the Mexicans are taking their stage. Well, maybe not. I don't know. You let me know. But anyway, we're going to keep going. It was a very interesting day yesterday, and is turning into a very interesting day as well today. And then down here we see a huge, tremendous amount of people. They're waving the American flag here too, American and Mexican flag together, which was kind of nice. And but you're seeing thousands upon thousands of people, and I put another 20,000. My reaction was another 20,000 unregistered voters that voted for Biden. Well, it's true, but we're gonna keep going. Let's see, what do we got down here? Oh yeah, these. There's a mass looting going on in Los Angeles. Why do you have to go loot if you're trying to make a statement and keep us here in America? Keep us here in America. Anyway, mass looting going on at the Nike store in Los Angeles. And I put, these idiots are raiding the Nike store? Bro, the jewelry store is about half a block to your right. You're stupid. Go get the jewel. Anyway, maybe I have an idea. My idea was this. Trump begins to sell some of his crypto for Nike. You guys got some of those 86 Jordans? Dude, I'll give you a couple of those world finance. I'll give you a couple of my cryptos for your Nikes, and then we'll make a deal, piece things out. You know, that's what he does. Okay, let's go on down. And then down here, it shows the Nike store empty. Empty. And I said, the Mexicans are going to be sporting some new Jordans on their free flights back to Mexico. Oh, try to make light of this, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tough situation to make light of, but I mean, if you don't make light of it here or there, you're just going to go crazy. I've noticed. Anyway, here we are back down here. Let's see what we got next. Oh, I love this. It's, I don't know why I find this funny. It's like, dude, this is like a superhero. Takes out 3 officers and he's on the run to save the world. Dude, they got him. Nope. He is like, dude, Jackie Chan. He is the Terminator, and he's out to, or the guy who's going against, he's out to go get that Terminator. Go get him, guys. And his pants are falling down. I just said, I don't know why I find this funny. Let me know what you think. Pop, bang, he got him good. And here we have, here we go. Okay. Bottles being thrown at the officers, and the officers hitting the people back. And here, my thoughts on this were woke cities do woke things. You're not going to find this in Florida, baby. You're not going to find this in the suburbs of Florida. Maybe in the inner cities, major blue voters in the inner cities. Maybe you'll find it there. But man, I'll tell you what, this wouldn't happen. This wouldn't be going down in a lot of our cities. We ain't going to be putting up with this, but they're putting up with it there nonetheless. Woke things happen in woke cities. That was my reaction to this. Let me know what your reaction is to this. I mean, would your country allow, if you're not watching from the United States, would your country put up with this? Would they? Would you people put up with this? How would you react? I mean, this thing's we're thousands away from where I live in the beautiful state of Florida, but we're seeing these woke. It always happens in these very Democrat cities where these things look like they're even set up. Like, these things are organized. A lot of people think they're not organized, but I'm not saying that this one is or isn't. But a lot of times you're going to find this. It's going to be organized, and there's going to be Soros and a lot of big Democrat sponsors that are behind it. That are, these people have to go to work, or do they? Or is that what the Republicans are sick and tired of? Is they don't want to work, they want to protest and get mad about everything when they're not working to do anything to help the communities out? You let me know. I mean, we're all here to learn from each other. Okay. Oh yeah. This one's good. Mexicans started. They had this Donald Trump piñata, and they're beating the crap out of it. They're beating the crap out of this Donald Trump piñata. And I just lost it again. Okay, so they're beating the crap out of this Donald Trump piñata, and I just wrote, this is a Mexican tradition. The piñatas, they fill a piñata up with lots of candy, and my kids have done this, and we're not even Mexicans, but it's a fun thing to do. They fill a piñata up with a lot of candy, and the kids usually blind themselves, and they swat at it with a broomstick, and then when it breaks open, all this candy falls out. And I was just like, it's so nice to see inclusivity and traditions and celebrations in America as illegal aliens beat the crap out of their president. I feel love in this room. That's their way of celebrating, and they're celebrating in their own way in this Democrat-populated city. Next, here we are. It looks like a peaceful part of the protest taking place where people are waving Mexican flags. This guy's wearing a mask in June. And yeah, I'm saying it's hot in there. It's hot in there. This guy must be, hot. Waving a Mexican flag. There's so much wrong with these people. Get out of our country, this man says. And I said, well, hey, hold on a second. Trump's going to take credit for this. He brokered a deal with the United States to end the war with the United States. Trump did it. He's not getting credit for it. You better start giving him credit for brokering a deal to stop this war over here. He's going to come out and say, we stopped the war in L.A. And I did it, but nobody wants to give me credit for it. Kind of like he did with the Pakistan-India war, right? That's so stupid. Anyway, we know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. We're not blind here. We can see it all. We can see it all right here, and on X. And I have it's this video here with everything that's going down in L.A. right now. And and people were saying, hey, this looks like an insurrection. Is Soros in on this? Is it backed NGOs? We got to find out. LA is at ground zero for an uprising. for the next place will be Vegas or Oregon or Washington or Portland, all these other places they're saying. And I said, I have an idea. Why doesn't he tell the wonderful people? Oh, no, I said, I have an idea for Trump. Why doesn't he tell these wonderful people that if they want to invest in his family's crypto, he'll fund their next insurrection like kind of he did in Pakistan? Right? He can bank, bro. He can bank on that. Anyway, let me know what you think about that. I mean, he's doing the same thing with Pakistan. He's letting us in. He's going to get rid of them to let them in. Interesting. Interesting how that works. How they want to keep the world dependent on the government to go in and help them. I don't like it. And this one I just wrote. I can't show that one on this channel. I just said rioters are tripping. This guy gets out. This guy jumps out in front of a police car, goes, "Wah," and then jumps out of the way, and then another car goes, boop. It's like, whoa, dude, watch where you're going. Oh, I love this one, dude. Okay, this crazy. Think about all this. You're in the middle of a huge riot that's really just all over the world being televised, and you would think you'd have army tanks and stuff driving down the road, right, and trying to break up the crowds, but no, minivan. Dude in a minivan. I said, crazy American doing reverse donuts in a donuts when you're in a minivan. He's doing reverse donuts in a minivan in LA while people are hurling rocks at him. You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. This is what is happening. And then another one. Here's another video of that same minivan running around LA doing crazy stuff. I mean, dude, what's going on? Come on, ladies and gentlemen, help me out here, please. Oh, and this is some pretty good footage here. And I just wrote, 2 months ago, I don't know if anybody remember, but a couple months ago, there were fires in the forest of California heading towards Los Angeles, and they didn't have no water. They were like, they had clogged their dam to save these minnows. And Trump's like, well, you want to save this fish, or do you want to put out the fires that are, destroying your city? So they're like, okay, we're gonna have to kill a few minnows. So they let the water in, kind of like that. Anyway, they let the water in, and I just wrote 2 months ago the fires were in the forest here, and Trump had to get them water. Now the fires are on the streets, and Trump has to get them out. Okay. Another person wrote, oh, so much they don't care about pollution anymore. Yeah, really. Climate change. Well, this not a good look for climate change, but it never seems to be about climate change when they don't like it. Maxine Waters. I don't know if anybody knows about Maxine Waters. This woman. Oh, she causes more problems than she's worth, I'm telling you. She lives in like a $5 million house, and here she is screaming for the illegal aliens. She lives in a $5 million house and $180,000 a year. Figure that one out. She's in a gated community. She doesn't have to deal with violence or anything like that. She might have a few hired for her lawn care service. And I put Maxine is right. These people are harmless. They wouldn't do anything to destroy our cities. She should take a few into her $5 million house in the gated community if she feels this way. Just be sure to hide the lighters and the gas tanks and the bricks. Right? Well, I don't know. I can't really. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the reason why I am so lightheaded about this whole situation is that I've seen it so many times. It's just ridiculous now in the United States. Whenever the Democrats are losing, whenever things are going well, and mainly in the Trump administration, whenever things are going well and things are starting to look better, sideswipe. They throw the attention off into riots. And the protests and riots are not the people that voted for Trump. These are the people who voted for Biden. These are the far left liberals trying to get their way, and they want laws that are not focused on the United States implemented into the United States, and that's not how it's done here. I'm sorry, it's not. We have our own constitution. We have our own laws in our states, dude. What really? Why? What's going on with you people? There's something behind this. And then here they are lighting a car on fire again. And I wrote they can't get permits for firearms like citizens of America, but maybe we should make them get permits for a lighter. Comes with training courses. Oh, I feel love in this room. Welcome to America, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our beautiful country. And I really don't know how long I could keep this going, but I could keep going on and on. Anyway, last night was an amazing moment in, yesterday was an amazing day for our country. And here we have some people at the Los Angeles Police Department headquarters just getting their window smashed. Dude, if somebody was doing that in our police quarters in Tampa, whoo, that would be bad. That would be ugly. And I wrote, tourism is going up in Los Angeles, California since they've opened up the new zoo. Look at all these animals. It's cool, eh? Okay, yeah. I'm just being a little bit cynical with this stuff. And these people here are, of course, burning in the American flag. I'm thinking they were burning their flag when they were in the other country. I don't know. Maybe they just like burning flags. I mean, and who's giving them all these flags anyway? And I just wrote, what's happening with your country? This is what happens when your country designates cities as sanctuary cities. Yeah, this is kind of it. In other words, when Democrats run your city, misery loves company. So all in all, ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to say that with what we're seeing here, it's par for the course. It's par for the course. And nobody's surprised about it because of where it took place. Really, it's all about location. It's all central to who's in charge over there. And now you have the Democrats, the Democratic governor and the Democratic mayors and congressmen and women, they're all saying this is Trump's fault. Trump doesn't run your state. Trump has nothing to do with your state. The people of your state hate Trump, and they're showing it right here, and they're taking it out on your cities. How this makes sense? Explain it to me. I mean, the Democrats look more hypocritical than the Republicans, and that's hard to do. Ladies and gentlemen, please like, subscribe, let me know what you think about this, and we will see you on the next one. You guys have a blessed day. Bye-bye.